Hello everybody, it's Tom and welcome to Tom's Honest Tips, and we're talking about the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. Let's cut straight to it. You're here because you want something portable, powerful, and pretty enough to make a MacBook cry. This is it, and you know what? I think it's very good. Now let's talk specs before we get distracted by how insanely good the OLED screen looks. The Zephyrus G14 packs an AMD Ryzen 9 8945HS processor, that's a mouthful, and it comes with 8 cores, 16 threads, and it boosts up to 5.2 GHz. You want to know something even better about this processor? It's got a Radeon 780M. Now, I know this might not sound as cool as the RTX 4060 that this laptop comes with, but if you want to game while saving up lots of battery, if for some reason you're gaming on battery, which I've always never recommended, then you can use the 780M. Granted, it's not as powerful as the 4060, but it's still something. Now, the NVIDIA RTX 4060 laptop GPU, it sounds very meh, until you realize it's pushing high to ultra settings in most games at 1080p, and it can run games at relatively high settings, at higher resolutions of course, but with some tweaks to the graphics. Now, before we talk about the performance, I want to talk about the OLED screen, the very beautiful OLED screen. Now we have a 14-inch OLED display capable of 120Hz refresh rate and a resolution of 2.8K. To be more specific, that's 2880 by 1800. As for the OLED screen, it's OLED. That alone makes it cool, but if you're not convinced, you also get much lower response times compared to other types of laptop screens. Now, let's talk about the performance. Today, let's start off with Helldivers 2. At 1800p with the render scale set to balanced and with graphics settings set to medium, we get an average of 70 frames per second. If you want to go ultra though, with render settings set to native, you'll only be getting about 30-ish frames per second, and you want to know why? Because the 4060's only got 8GB of VRAM, and 1800p isn't exactly 1440p. How about a hardcore gamer like Super Mario? I meant to say Elden Ring. Now, we'll only be telling you this game's performance at 1440p at max, since Elden Ring doesn't officially support non-standard resolutions and or aspect ratios. But at the highest settings with ray tracing on, we get about 40 frames on average, but turning ray tracing off gives you a maximum of 60 frames per second, which coincidentally is the game's official maximum supported frame rate limit. And lastly, of course, Cyberpunk. Never-ending Cyberpunk. Well, to be fair, it is one of the most graphically demanding games to date, and it does look pretty. At 1800p with graphics at ultra, including ray tracing, we get a maximum frames per second count of barely 30. But that's with DLSS and frame generation off. Turning those on yields at least 70 frames per second on average. Now, this thing only has 16GB of LPDDR5 RAM. That means it's unupgradable. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. As for storage, this laptop only has a single SSD slot already occupied by the 1TB SSD. And if you need to upgrade, you'll have to replace the SSD anyway, which means a fresh install of Windows, and to be honest, I still recommend that. Now for a 14-inch package, I think this packs a punch. I think this thing is really sleek and it weighs just a little over 3 pounds. Perfect if you want to chuck it in a bag, bring it to university or a cafe or a restaurant or wherever, really. This 14-inch bugger is a cutie pie. Now when it comes to ports, we have a generous selection. To the left, we have a proprietary ASUS power port, an HDMI 2.1 port, a USB 3.2 Type-C port, a USB 3.2 Type-A port, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. To the right, we have a USB-C 4.0 port, another USB 3.2 Type-A port, and a micro SD card slot. It's kind of a bummer since it's just a micro SD, but I mean it's good enough, it's good enough. So, if you want this laptop, you can check out the link in the description, and if you want the upgrade, the SSD upgrade, you can check this out. Now, if you don't like this specific SSD that I recommended, you can find your own. However, make sure that the SSD you're getting is single-sided. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking by. Maybe you could help us out by subscribing and sharing the word. I'd appreciate it. We'd appreciate it.